Hola, welcome to Latin American black metal review. You all know how important the Latin American extreme metal is in the past. I mean, you know all Sepultura, you know Sarcophago, you know so many bands, Godsman, all that stuff. But you don't probably know this band called Enoquian. This is their debut release called Llamas De Gloria Primera. I hope at least I got it kind of right. So yes, we're going to Argentina this time with this band called Enoquian, and this is the, I think, debut release, at least the first I know of this band. And this was already released a few years ago, one of my backlog review albums, which has been waiting for its turn. And this is all about doing black metal the Latin American way. So as you can see, this is not the absolutely most original band in visual style. Everything here presented is something that you've probably seen a million times. All these symbols, logos, even the name kind of sounds familiar except for the album title. Released by Satanath Records. It's always one of those bands which, labels which have these cool side prints with the CD. Hard to see right there, but it actually reads the logos and whatnot. I kind of like it. It's very special thing. And here we have the inlay, which is a kind of a live photo, drummer and guitar vocals guy. And then we have obviously the backside, including the track list here, which are Spanish, it seems. No English whatsoever. No hablo inglés, por favor. Let's take a look how they look on the Metal Archives site. As you can see, from Argentina, General Roca, Rio Negro. Very beautiful names. And here's obviously the album from 2017 with its 39 minutes of music. I don't know if it's actually limited to 500 copies, but here it says so. And what can I tell you about the band? Really, not much. This is the first time I actually encountered the band, and had basically very neutral expectations because I don't judge the band by its name, its cover, or where it's from. But since I had no information whatsoever about the band, I was like, okay, I don't know how it's gonna sound. I have no idea because so many Latin American bands have something very special and kind of unique thing in their sound. It's so different from European bands and whatnot. But also sometimes it's very poor production, somewhat kind of a generic feeling with the guitar riffs and melodies and whatever. And unfortunately, this is one of that type of release. It's available here on the Bandcamp, by the way, in case you get interested. Quite high price for a digital version, but then again, this is CD. Digital is actually cheap. I just misread. Sorry for misinformation. Anyway, here you will find the necessary information, and you get to listen to the band in case you get interested. And here is once again the cover image, which I will leave here when I'm gonna talk about the music. Now, Enoquian's music is something that you probably heard a million times, that is, if you're old to black metal genre. There are melodies, there are fast tempo, there's aggressive parts, and this kind of a lo-fi sound. Yes, it's all right there, and this is not gonna, blow up your mind with its beautiful songs or badass atmosphere or whatever. This is very much like worshipping Swedish or Finnish black metal style, and there are some similarities with some of those bands, but not so clearly. It's like copy-paste band. Also, some of the riffs are rather death metal based, which is kind of a weird flavor for this kind of band, which doesn't really suit up being a kind of a black death band, because it's black metal band, not black death, even though there are these DM elements. Now, about the production, it's actually quite lo-fi, being a kind of a demo recording at your cellar. It's not totally bad, but it's kind of a given. It's rather weak and powerless. You get the feeling, surely, and really can't blame the production for this album's major flaws, which are all about songwriting. The vocals are mostly about this kind of shrieky stuff, but sometimes the vocalist actually tries to go with the crawly parts, but they're like, why do you even try? You're not gonna do it very well, so just skip it. Anyway, they are there to just ruin your experience even more. But about these songs, well, this is something that you just give one spin and you're like, I'm just gonna go through because it's Argentinian black metal band and they probably have something going on. and you're like, yeah, it's not outright bad, but still having the feeling like this is one lengthy demo. Like I said, all the riffs here, all the melodies are somewhat similar in style to many other bands, which are way better. And why nothing here is exactly ruined or really bad, everything is just like subpar thing, you know? It's all about like, very mediocre riffs, to put it nicely. It's not bad, but it's just something that, why would I come back for this album another spin? I listened to it a few times and I like, nothing really changed my mind after first few tracks. Like once I had fully gone through this album for one time, I was like, okay, maybe more times will change my mind, convince me to do otherwise. Maybe will find cool details and whatever. But I'm like, nope, nothing really changes. But that's how it usually goes. So my initial reaction to this album was, this is very mediocre, maybe 6 out of 10 or something like that. Well, not even that, I would say. Very, very mediocre minus kind of album because of the poor production and rather, powerless production in general, including the vocals. Not bad, but I don't know why would you really waste your time with it. Anyway, obviously you want to listen for yourself, so you can just ignore my bullshit and take a look at the songs online. So with this information, do your clickety-click and enjoy some Enoquian. And if you don't, well, at least you can say I didn't warn you. Take care, be well, and stay healthy.